Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. Stacks on stacks, lads. Joined, as always, with my guy, Mr. Big Ben Larson.
Sir.
How we doing, Ben? Your Niners big win?
Niners big win, but I'm fucking tired because of Sinners big win.
Yeah.
Jordan and I were up live on YouTube on a live stream until 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well, I guess we were on till 4:30.
It's like 4. It was like 4:30. 4:30.
Yeah.
4:30-ish.
Yeah. And we were sweating out that that Sinner W yesterday. Whew.
Yes. Congratulations, Yannick Sinner winning his first major Aussie Open champion, 22 years old, won in 5 sets, 3-6, 3-6, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4.
Dead in the water, just like the Niners in the first half.
Yep.
And then comes back and destroys.
Yeah, that was incredible.
I mean, we were both kind of, I hate to throw you under the bus there, but Jordan a little more than I was like, this is over. It's done.
Oh, dude.
I wanted to go watch the rest in bed, and I'm like, no, let's wait until the first break, and we'll see which way it goes. And
well, when he did get that break in the second set, I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's got he has some life, and he almost got a second break in the second set.
Yep.
So Medvedev did start showing some signs, but I mean, dude, early on, I mean, Medvedev was just on fire, dude. Never seen him play
everything.
like
Yeah, everything was going right.
So, but we pulled it out, got the future, comes through, plus 550. We are being brought to you by the Sharps app, SHARPZ. Download the app, track your bets, become a better. Use promo code JORD517. Free to download, track your bets, become a better. Sharps app. Yes. And we are here, championship weekend recap, rundown, all the good stuff. Obviously, Chiefs beat the Ravens. Niners, epic second half comeback against the Lions. End up pulling out the W. So we have a rematch of the 2020 Super Bowl. We have the Chiefs versus Niners, which was played in Miami. This one's obviously going to be played in Las Vegas, Nevada, in my backyard.
What a year for Vegas, man. F1 and now the Super Bowl.
Yeah, imagine being a Raiders fan, dude. You got to see your fucking division rival and then your old crosstown rival play a Super Bowl in your own fucking house, dude. Oh, my God.
That's true. That's very true.
It's brutal.
I still need to get to a game out there.
Yeah, me too. I haven't been. I have not been. But what are you sipping on, Ben? I'm sipping on OJ tonight.
Nice. Hell yeah. I had to go get more supplies for the game, and I'm like, oh, I haven't been down the beer aisle. I had to go to Whole Foods, so I haven't been down the beer aisle at Whole Foods, and I saw this one, and it was in a single, so I had to get it. And it's Altamont Brewing Company, which is in Livermore, so about 45 minutes north of me.
Yep.
And this is called Berry White, and it's actually a rosé beer with raspberries and cranberries. It's a sparkling fruit ale bursting with natural raspberry and cranberry fruit puree. So it's dry, mellow, crisp, and fruity.
Fruit puree.
But I do have to say, man, I expected so much more of it. I just took a sip. It's kind of meh.
Ah, interesting.
I mean,
well, let's see how it plays out over the course,
Yeah, I mean, it's a little old in the sense that it was brewed in October 10th, 2023. So, it's about 4 months old. That's not that old. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not that old.
No, not at all.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
we'll see
But-
how it plays out once you get
Yeah.
down to it. Once you get down to it.
How's that OJ?
Oh, OJ is always good, bro.
Delicious.
Yeah, no drinking for me after that long night last night, dude.
Yeah.
That was a long night.
That was a very long.
It was worth it, man. It was worth it.
Yep.
So I'm not upset. Anyways, we are here to talk about championship recap, kind of look ahead to the Super Bowl a little bit. So we're just gonna hop right into it. First game we had today, Kansas City at Baltimore. This was a lot of line movement in the last 2 days. Circa actually closed -5 today. Total was 44. Wow. Most books were at 4.5, but I mean, like, this line was 3.5 on Friday. It was 3.5 when we talked about it on Wednesday. And I mean, so obviously just a lot of sharp money just pounding Baltimore, and the Chiefs end up winning 17-10. It was Lamar. The Ravens had 3 turnovers in the game, which was kind of really the difference in the game. I thought both defenses played really well after the first drives.
Yep.
Both kind of settled in, and Steve Spagnuolo had a great game plan for Lamar. They really were keeping him contained, were really letting him get out and run. But what was your thoughts on the Baltimore Kansas City game?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely a great game from Kansas City. I expected this to be a lot more high scoring of a game. I expected a hell of a lot more than 3 points in the second half, especially after through the first probably quarter and a half. We've got 24 points coming in, and then just everything dropped off. And from a normal fan perspective, that just showed, like, they'd say, oh, this game got boring. But it really is that this game got defensive, and it got defensive on both sides. Kansas City played great second half defensively, but so did Baltimore. Both teams were, 3 and outs, and, really pushed the pace defensively in the second half. I thought Lamar made some dumb moves, more so than that interception with 3 guys on. I didn't think he really took too many good looks, but I don't necessarily expect that from Lamar. He's a great quarterback, but he's not a great throwing quarterback. And then that's something that, I think we saw today, where he missed a lot of wide open shots because he was just a little bit off.
Well, I thought the interception, he just kind of forced the issue. I thought it also could have been a pass interference too. Like, kind of looked like
it was close.
Chiefs DB made a little contact before. But I mean, like, it was still, even if it was or wasn't a PI, I mean, you just don't throw in the triple coverage. Like, it's just not a good
exactly.
It's not a good decision, or you know what I mean? So, that one was a little questionable. I mean, dude, the questions are, they're going to be made about Lamar. He's fallen up short in the playoffs before. He got the win last week against the Texans. But in the same sense of, like, Brock Purdy and the Niners, like, the Ravens, in my opinion, had the best roster, right? Yep. And their defense kept them in the game. I mean, they held the Chiefs at 17 points, but the offense just couldn't muster anything, And obviously that Zay Flowers fumble into the end zone, I mean, that's huge. Like, that really turned the game because they get that touchdown and they're only down 3 points.
Well, I think it comes even before that, is that taunting.
Yeah, the taunting penalty was stupid
pushed
too.
Them back 15 more yards there.
Yeah, because they would have been on the 5-yard line, I think it was, or 6-yard line. Yep. And instead they're on the 31, and it kind of just changes everything, dude. And I mean, I'm with you in the sense, but I mean, the questions are it's gonna be fair about Lamar going forward. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to prove himself, and he hasn't. And this was a prime opportunity for him to do so, Ben. Like, because this was the best opportunity the Ravens might ever have with Lamar as a quarterback.
Yep.
to win a Super Bowl.
Agreed. And I don't think oh hey there, how's it going? Sorry.
Doing good.
We're in the middle of talking Baltimore and Kansas City. And I don't think his 1-1 record in this postseason, really doesn't help or hurt him. The win was big, but it's completely negated by this loss. And offensively, this team didn't show up, which has to reflect directly on Lamar. And you can definitely relate Kansas City's defense, which probably since week 13 has just totally turned things around and started playing like a top level defense.
Their defense was really good all year, except for like 2 weeks. They just had against the Packers, they weren't very good, and I think it was a week after that. Who did they play the week after that? It was like their 2 bad games of the year.
I'm holding that up right now.
They only had like 2 or 3 bad games, but
Packers, Bills.
The Bills, they only gave up. How many points did they give up to the Bills? Like 24, 27?
20.
Yeah, it's not bad. The Packers game was bad. That defense was not good. That Packers game.
The Broncos game was bad.
Oh yeah.
They allowed. I mean, even at the beginning of the season, they got lucky with a easier schedule at the beginning of the season. It got more difficult at the end of the year, but I think when their defense was not necessarily struggling, but not as on point, they were lucky in getting some easier teams: the Bears, the Jets, the Vikings, the Broncos before they made their switch, the Chargers. That was without. Was that no? That was still with Herbert. So I think that Dolphins and the Eagles loss was tough.
Yeah, I mean the Eagles lost. If Marcus Valdes-Scantling doesn't drop that ball, they fucking win the game.
Yeah.
But Chiefs. I think if you told us all that they were going to be in the Super Bowl back in November, I'm pretty sure all of us would have been a little hesitant. I mean, obviously they have Mahomes, so you can never like fully count them out, but they haven't really looked right. But I mean, dude, they played their best game of the year last week against Buffalo, and the defense played excellent today. I mean, the defense probably played its best game today.
Yep.
So I mean, you got last week your offense plays its best game against Buffalo, and then this week your defense plays its best game against Baltimore. If you're a Chiefs fan going into the Super Bowl, I mean, you got to be ecstatic about the way your team's playing. I mean, they're definitely playing probably their best football of the year at the right time. In the same
you also got to be ecstatic that you're in the Super Bowl.
Oh, for sure. But I mean,
that they made it back.
They're used to it at this point.
That's true.
They're used to it. And then what's it look like for the Ravens going forward? You know what I mean? Like, man, they were the best team pretty much all year this year.
No, be quiet.
Yeah.
Get out.
He just wants to be on the podcast.
Nico can't make an appearance on the podcast.
Yeah.
Come on. Come here. We'll make an appearance. Say hello to everybody.
Oh, there we go.
This is Nico. Meet Nico, world. You happy now?
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't say the Ravens, honestly, they players just got to make plays. Zay Flowers, that personal foul and then following that up, Darius Sneed made a hell of a play. So
yeah,
the only thing you can hold against him is that damn
penalty.
That penalty. Other than that, Chiefs defense showed up today, and if the Ravens defense wasn't the lead as it is, that game could have got really ugly.
Yep.
So that game ended 7. It looked like it was going to go way over, especially with those 2 early touchdowns. But
yeah, it was 11-9 for a little while.
Yeah, the defenses both stepped up big time. So,
see, but if I'm Baltimore, I think I need more offensive firepower.
Probably another receiver because they got pretty much everything you want. They got 3 really good running backs. They got two really good tight ends because Likely stepped up big times when Andrews got hurt.
Yeah, but how much
Um,
longer is Andrews gonna have to play?
he still got a good get out. He still got a good amount of time left. He's only what 29, 30?
Yeah, and tight ends play a long time usually.
Yeah,
He's
and this is
28,
like his.
okay.
I think this year. Well, I think he had a knee injury a couple years back, but I think this like his first. Because when he got hurt, what was it? His shoulder or was it something else?
Wasn't it like pectoral or something?
Yeah. It was his pec or something. But I just think they need one more wide receiver, maybe another lineman because that line, that inside of the line,
the
those
inside.
guards, they got killed today.
They got crushed.
And I know it was Chris Jones, but he's a first team All Pro. But man, he really affected that game, rushing up the middle.
Yep, and then they started doubling him, and then Karlaftis got loose.
Yeah, Karlaftis got loose. And if the Chiefs finished those sacks, they could have had a lot more sacks. Lamar got out of because that's how great he is. He got out of like 3 or 4 sacks that she should have been dead to rights.
Yep.
So
when you got to think like Aguilar is probably. I mean, he might have another year or two, but how much is he really adding to that offense?
Bateman got to step up. I don't know. OBJ might come back. Did he sign a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal?
1 year.
Okay, so maybe he comes back. But I think if they get another wideout, they'll be good.
Yeah, Zay Flowers, he's legit, dude.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah.
So they definitely. I think really, I mean, their defense has it all. They got good linebackers, good D line. They led the league in fucking pressure rate this year, but I mean, they could not get to Mahomes. I mean, they did sack him one time. That was the first time he's been sacked in like 2 years in the playoffs too. But
twice today.
Yeah, it's twice. They got 2 sacks. So I mean, yeah, I think but it's like before you came on there, if I was saying like, the questions are gonna get loud about Lamar Jackson because, coming into up to this year, it's like, yeah, we know what he's gonna do in the regular season. Phenomenal quarterback, right? But he just can't win the big ones, dude. He can't win in the playoffs. And once again, those questions are gonna arise, and the questions are gonna be asked like, is Lamar Jackson the guy that can get you to a Super Bowl and win? Because the Ravens have everything, dude. The Ravens were a better team. It was a reason why they were 4.5, 5-point favorites today. Everyone thought they were gonna win.
Yep.
It's just I get it, but you just can never count out 15. It's like
Nope, you can't.
even though his weapons aren't the same, it's just like I hate to say it, but shit, it's like watching Brady all over again. Like
Except
no matter
better.
what, you cannot count this dude out.
Yep.
And he came in being the end all be all for his team because a lot of people don't like to admit it, but Tom Brady was a game manager for like those first two Super Bowls, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Then he became what we know as the GOAT. But yeah, man, it's gonna be tough in the AFC because this is the worst Chiefs team by far.
Yeah.
The last 6 years,
But
especially on offense.
Defensively, that's the best they've ever had.
Yeah, defense is the best defense they had, hands down. And Spags got to start getting credit because I don't think there's no defensive coordinator that calls a better game than him, especially during big games.
Yep.
But yeah, I just think the Ravens need maybe another wideout, maybe a guard because honestly, their O-line is pretty good. It's just today it was just the Chiefs is just a damn good defense. So
yep.
There's still gonna be questions about Lamar. They might start calling him Peyton Manning 2.0. He just got to get that monkey off his back.
Yep. He got to at some point. And if he doesn't, I mean, the questions are only going to get louder, man. It's only going to get louder. All right, let's move on to Niners Lions, and we'll kind of circle back to Chiefs and Niners after. So this was a wild fucking game. Niners closed 7.5-point favorites basically everywhere. If it wasn't 7.5, it was 7 juiced minus 120. The total was 53.5. It closed at. Obviously, the total went way over 34-31. Niners come back from a 17-point deficit in the second half to win the game.
They were up by 10 at one point too.
Who?
27 points swing. Niners.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was
27-point swing.
crazy second half. Ben, you're the Niners fan, a resident Niners fan. What was your thoughts on this game here?
I mean, I gave up on this. I gave up on the game at halftime. I didn't think they'd be able to come back with the way that Detroit was playing, and the way that the Niners defense was playing. I kind of was chalking this up for a loss. Not gonna lie, and it's a great comeback. It was a great second half for San Francisco. I think Dan Campbell made some tough decisions today. I think you always got to take the points, and you got to realize who you're playing. And we see it. If he kicks a field goal, even one of those two spots kicks a field goal, it's a tie game. Hypothetically, if he kicks both of those field goals, it's it's a win for Detroit. You never know how a team is going to come back, whether they're tied or down. So I don't think you can ever say like, oh, if he kicked one of those field goals, they would have, tied the game.
Well, I'll say this much. The first one, it's 24-10, right? They're on, I think it was like the 30-yard line. So it would have been like a 45, 46-yard field goal-ish. They go for it on fourth down. Honestly, it should have been it was right in Reynolds' hands. He fucking dropped the ball. It should have been a first down. There's no guarantee he's going to make the field goal, right? But if you make that field goal, you push the lead back to 17. And more importantly, they don't get the field position that they got, right? The field position is the biggest thing. So they missed that first down. He drops the pass right in his fucking hands. And the Niners get good field position. 2 plays later, Brock Purdy throws it, bounces off the DB's hands right into Ayuk's hands. And now that was like the momentum that you could just feel the game just flipped.
Both teams had an amazing catch that should have been either an interception or a knockdown.
Which one?
Detroit had one at the end of the game too.
Well, that one bounced off Detroit's hands, bounced off Jameson Williams' hands into the DB's hands, and then Jameson Williams grabbed it back.
Yeah,
but he should have caught the first one. The Lions in the second half, they couldn't catch a cold. I mean, dude, there was some awful drops that really cost them the games. Josh Reynolds had 2 of them. Sam Laporta had a big one on a third down conversion that would have extended a drive. So, credit to the Niners. They came back and they won. They were resilient. Brock Purdy had some big runs, dude.
Yeah, huge third down runs.
Yeah, huge third down conversion runs. But if we're keeping it a buck, dude, the Niners were very, very lucky to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Very lucky.
Yep.
And this makes 2 games in a row. Because if we're being honest, Ben, aside from the last drive of the Packers game and a couple third down scrambles from Brock Purdy, he really hasn't been that good in the postseason.
You're such a hater.
I mean, am I?
Yeah. He went 20 for 31 for 267 yards and a touchdown today. Yes, he had an interception.
45 of those yards should have been a pick.
Yeah, but you can't hang on that one throw. It's not like he didn't have a good game. That was down by 17. He's a reason why. He's one of the big reasons why they came back and won.
Oh, yeah, he had some big runs. It wasn't his arm, really, that fucking brought him back.
He made some throws. Those throws that, besides that lucky-ass catch by Ayuk, which you can't really put on Brock Purdy. The damn DB was falling and shit hit him in the face mask.
Hit him in the hands. Went through his hands and hit his face mask.
He made some good throws. He made some big throws to Kittle. Ayuk, he made some big throws to him. I understand Brock Purdy's a game manager, but you just got, at the end of the day, you got to give dude credit for doing this fucking job. And
yep, he's a second-year player.
And he's pretty damn good at doing his job. Maybe he gets a little better.
He's not. He's not something that
he's
is
not
going to. Yeah, he's not
could
elite.
be a top 10 QB hands down.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be comparing him to these elite quarterbacks.
He's a 7-round. He's a 7-round pick.
Yeah,
he's
but
not. If he was a first-round pick, yes, we would be disappointed with things.
But that's the thing is, I'm gonna call it how it is, dude. He's not an elite quarterback by any stretch of the imagination.
That's fine. You don't.
You're
have
the
to
only
believe.
one who's putting him in that
I
category.
am not. The only reason why you guys think I'm hating on him is because people actually think that he's a great quarterback, and he's not, dude. Like, you could say,
But you
"Oh,
can't put
well,
those words
he
in our
got
mouth.
he got to the Super Bowl." Yeah, dude. I saw Kerry Collins make a Super Bowl. Like, being a average quarterback doesn't mean you can't get to the Super Bowl. He is one of the best teams around him. You guys have
But he's
said it.
better than average, though.
Yeah, sure. He's average to better than average. I'll give him that, but he's not great.
He's a good QB. He's not elite, but he's a good QB. He's proven to me that he's not a top 5, top 4,
He's
top
not a
3
top
QB.
10 quarterback.
He's a top 10 to 15 quarterback. And if he continue to be that, the Niners are going to be good. Maybe he shows them some love with his contract. Maybe he doesn't demand 40, 50 million a year. Maybe he takes a team-friendly deal and continues to be what he is now. Now, everything around him has to be great. Yes, once Trent Williams leaves, they got to draft another left tackle. If Debo can stay healthy, they probably got to get another wide receiver. CMC's 30, so he's probably got like 3 or 4 years left in him. But for the next 4 to 5 years, Brock Purdy is going to be a good quarterback for the Niners. He doesn't have to be elite for them to win the Super Bowl, clearly. They're in the Super Bowl now. He's not an elite quarterback. They have everything else around him that can easily continue to be the way it is until they got to replace their core players that they have now. The dude's not elite, but he's a good quarterback, and he clearly can take them to the Super Bowl, and now we're going to see if he can win it.
But
It's going to be damn hard.
But that's the thing, is there's a lot of good quarterbacks, you know what I mean? Like, where you're like, oh yeah, they're good, right? But none of them have like what he has surrounding him, which is why, like, you know, I got Niner fans telling me, oh, if you put Josh Allen on the Niners and Brock Purdy on the Bills, both teams have the same exact records.
No, any Niner fan that tells you that is a dumbass. So,
Yep.
and who said that?
A dumbass.
Yes.
Probably someone who's known to be a fucking dumbass at all sports.
That's like me saying, oh, if you put Shohei Ohtani on the A's from the Dodgers,
Well, baseball is different because baseball, regardless, one person can only do what he can do.
That's not. That's like me saying you switch Shohei for the Dodgers and you give the Dodgers just a regular, a good pitcher is gonna have the same impact. No, it's not the same fucking thing.
I'm saying that if you switch CMC and Pacheco, they'd be the same. No. That's then again, whoever said that's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's terrible. Now, if you that much of a fan of your team, more power to you. But I could never be that stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of Niner fans on Twitter that are that stupid. Richard Sherman's actually fans
of every team that are fucking stupid.
Richard Sherman's one of them, by the way.
Get down.
Richard Sherman's just saying to stop fucking hating.
Yeah, I think he just more is taking up for his guy. Like, because Richard Sherman was, doubted, counted out, so he knows what it's like to be in Purdy's shoes.
Some of the shit he says is insane, dude.
Well, he's been hit in the head a lot of times too. So
the Seattle Seahawks fans fucking hate that guy now.
Because he went to a division.
Because he fucking glazes the Niners in the media, dude. Like, that's what he's the king of the Brock Purdy's elite bandwagon, dude.
Well, then the Niners gave him a chance when nobody else would. So,
yeah, but I mean, like,
and I haven't seen him say that Brock is elite ever.
Oh, dude, you're not watching. Just go on his Twitter, dude. He
never said he's elite, but he did
never said he's elite.
He did say I got to put some respect on his name, basically.
No, he said. I'll even pull up the tweet from today. Dick Sherman.
Oh, I must have deleted it because I can't find where he said he was elite, but he did.
Well, he said, so one of the tweets he said on today, wait a minute, Brock Purdy, the Super Bowl game manager? He said, he questioned, oh, he's just a game manager? I gotta search his page.
Yeah, he's basically saying, like, put some respect on Brock's name.
Yeah, but you just sat there and called him a game manager.
No, he put question marks after it, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm saying you just sat there and called him a game manager, and now you're saying that.
No, I said he's a good quarterback. I said he's proven that he's more than just a game manager. Like their last 2 games, he's a big reason why they won the game. And I know he has the weapons, but he could easily go out there and shit the bed and not play good. But he didn't do that. His team was down 17 points, bro. You got to give him some fucking credit. That's what the second or third biggest comeback in the NFC Championship game ever.
Sure, but I mean, like, dude, the Lions really gave that game away.
Okay, but at the end of the day, bro, you're paid to fucking catch the ball. You drop the ball. That's on you. Your coach goes for it on 4th down when he should have kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
He's a super aggressive coach. That's how it worked out. But at the end of the day,
yeah, they won the game for sure. For sure, they won the game. I'm not saying they didn't. He did enough to win the game, but like, dude, it took a lot to bounce their way for that shit to happen, dude. Like,
yeah, it took a lot to bounce the opposite way in the first half.
That one play was definitely you never see a ball hit off a dude's helmet, pop up in the air, and the receiver catch it. That's some once in a lifetime type shit. But hey,
even Ayuk said it at the end, like when the reporter asked him like about that catch, he basically said like, dude, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I got lucky. I had a fucking ladybug playing on my.
I mean, dude, luck has to bounce your way to win. You know what I mean? Like,
Brock Purdy has not lost a playoff game he started and finished. Man, Richard Sherman on fire tonight, huh, Jordan?
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, he be glazing that motherfucker. You would think Brock Purdy is a fucking an elite quarterback the way he talks about him. As far as the Lions go, dude, like going forward into next year, like this could really spiral out of control. Yeah, dude. I've seen
it's a big loss. It's a terrible loss. But at the end of the day, they have a damn good head coach. They have damn good players.
Bro, we saw this. We saw this with the Chargers last year.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if Jared Goff's not the answer, Hendon Hooker is behind him. And that dude could easily be a very good quarterback.
We don't know that, though.
I'm just saying, if Jared Goff isn't the answer, they got somebody waiting in the wings that's learning. Remember how your boy Jordan Love, he's him. He's been learning he learned behind Rodgers for 3 years, had a terrible first half. Second half, he looks like a franchise QB.
Hooker's also coming off a terrible injury.
And Hendon Hooker has just as much talent as Jordan Love.
Yeah, he's coming off a terrible injury. I mean, anything's possible, but
Jameson Williams came off a terrible injury.
But back to losing the locker room, though, like, dude, we've seen this multiple times, dude. This isn't like I'm throwing this out there. Like, bro, we've seen the Falcons had a playoff collapse. We're never the same. We saw the Chargers last year, never the same. The Jaguars in, I think it was 2018, 2019.
I think you got to do that game against the Patriots.
Yeah, like we've seen this multiple times, dude, where teams, like, especially you're up 17 points in the second half, dude. You should win that game. You can't put all of it on Dan Campbell. Like, yeah, maybe he should have kicked a field goal, whatever. He wasn't out there dropping the balls or whatnot, but still, players in the locker room could be looking at that like, bro, if we just kick those 2 field goals, we'd probably win this fucking game, dude. Instead, we're fucking going home. And we may never get back to an NFC championship. Like, it's not easy to get to NFC championships, bro.
It's not, but they have the team to do it. Jameson Williams next year, put some money on that dude to probably win fucking NFL Player of the Year, bro. May have me get you some good odds. Sprinkle a little bit on that because that's the type of talent he has. Jahmyr Gibbs could easily be a top 5 running back.
Yeah, they got talent, dude. But the Chargers
elite
had talent
O-line
too, bro.
Elite O-line. Well, the Chargers don't have an elite O-line. The defense, you need another pass rusher. You probably need a corner or 2. Safeties, you might be all right because you got CJ and the other dudes came into his own. He's pretty good too. But they probably need 2 corners. Maybe another wide receiver to complement Amon-Ra St. Brown more consistently because Jameson Williams, he's a little inconsistent, but I can see the light coming on for him. They probably just need another probably some more pass rushers, or maybe another linebacker or a corner, and they're gonna be right back in the fold of things. I don't think this Lions team is gonna falling off a cliff. They had a damn good year. They did something that ain't been done in damn near 50, 60 something years in their franchise history. I think Dan Campbell's there to stay, and they're gonna have plenty to say in the NFC going forward. Now, once Goff they do got to make a decision on Goff pretty soon because I think after this year he's a restricted free agent or free agent, whatever they're going to do. But I think the Lions going to continue to be a contender for the foreseeable future.
And I think them being in that division too helps. I mean, the Bears. Well, I guess it depends on what the Bears do.
If the Bears
If
get
the Bears get Caleb, that makes things a little bit more difficult. But
the thing is that division's only getting better, dude. The Packers are hella young. The Bears, they had a top 5 defense at the end of the year. They're coming up. The only team that's really a big question mark there is fucking Minnesota. And like even Minnesota has talent, dude. You know what I mean? Like it just really happens.
Damn good receivers. Yeah,
so it's going to be a huge question mark on quarterback there.
Yeah, but my point is that division doesn't suck, dude, by any stretch. That's a good division.
No. That division is changing. I was forgetting about Chicago with their first pick picking up Caleb. If they stay with Justin Fields, and they'll be shitting the bed again, and then it's a 2-man race, Detroit and Green Bay.
Yeah, and who knows what Minnesota does with the quarterback? Because I mean, like, look what they did with fucking plug and play quarterback this year.
Yeah.
So. We'll see. I mean, that could be a very good division, dude. Like, that could be an AFC East type division where a different team fucking wins it every year. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't shock me. And, and I agree. The Lions have a ton of talent, dude. But I've seen this story, dude. The Jaguars had a ton of talent, too. And they never fucking...
Yeah, but they started selling off their talent.
The year after they fucking... They started selling off the year after when they fucking completely shit the bed after never getting over that fucking Patriots loss. That's the thing, dude, is like...
Most of the Lions guys are locked in except for the quarterback.
Sure, but the point still stands, dude. It's not the first time this has ever happened. So, can they... Do they have the talent? Of course. So did the Jaguars.
Think a lot of those teams had a lot of turnover. Start firing coaches, hiring new coaches, all that good stuff.
But that's the thing is that's what starts firing coaches. And they're going to lose Ben Johnson. He's taking the Commander's job, so they're losing their offensive coordinator. That's one guy.
Aaron Glenn probably got another year maybe, but... Maybe they'd just hire within, like a lot of these teams do, and just keep it pushing. Because I'm pretty sure that QB
hiring within didn't work for the Eagles.
That didn't work, but I'm just saying we don't know what the Lions might do.
I 100% agree. That's why I say like they have the talent to continue to be good, but there's no guarantee. And like I've seen these things spiral out of control, so it wouldn't shock me if they don't make the playoffs next year. Like I would not be shocked if they didn't make the playoffs. Would not shock me.
If that defense just gets a little better, man, they up there with pretty much anybody.
But no Ben Johnson.
That's the type of talent they got on offense. That O-line is locked up. Sam Laporta is a rookie. Shit, he's pretty much a top 6.
Oh yeah, he's up there for sure.
Yeah,
but you still got a
top 5 tight end.
Still got an average quarterback, right? Can't play outdoors. Well, can't play outdoors.
Well, Jared Goff's not the reason why they lost today, though.
Nah, he's not.
And the more you look at it, in the top teams in the NFC,
yeah, none of them have really good quarterback play, or like elite quarterback play.
And on top of that, when it gets later in the year, a lot of them might not have bad weather because we see the Rams coming up, the Niners aren't going nowhere. The Seahawks ain't gonna be shit.
Yeah,
so.
but does Detroit? They got lucky and they played fucking Green Bay and they played Green Bay in September, right? Do they? Does that happen again next year or Chicago? Like,
I don't know because we got to think: is Green Bay gonna invest in their defense? Because they might be losing Joe Barry.
No, they already fired Joe Barry.
Oh, they already fired him. Okay. Rashawn Gary's contract coming up. I think Jair Alexander wants to get paid.
Well, Jair was trash at the end of the year. You gotta go.
Yeah, I know. So it's they got some things they got to figure out too.
Yeah, they definitely got to figure out the
best setup next year. If the Bears draft Caleb Williams and make the moves I think they can make, then I think the only other with that top 5 defense, I think they might be able to give the Lions a run for their money, but Green Bay gonna have a lot of question marks this offseason, so we gotta see what they do. And I don't know what the Vikings gonna do at quarterback. Maybe they trade up, get a Jaden Daniels or Drake May, because they definitely need a quarterback. Because I don't see them investing another 2-3 years in a Kirk Cousins at top dollars. So
I think they're gonna get Penix. That's like O'Connell's type of fucking quarterback.
That would be a good fit.
Yeah, because he might follow the second round or late first, where they're drafting. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. All right, so let's do. Obviously, we haven't dove into it, but a little quick Super Bowl preview here. We're obviously going to be talking about this game for fucking 2 weeks, so we'll go through a lot. But what's your guys' initial thoughts here on the Super Bowl? Right now, basically, it's like 2.5 everywhere.
You got an elite roster, kind of like Super Bowl 54. It's an elite roster versus an elite quarterback with a better defense. Honestly, I don't. This game might not. This game, shit. This Super Bowl might be 17-10, like the Ravens and the Chiefs was today. Probably a little bit more points scored, but I don't know, man. We got to see. Can Purdy get it done against my homeboy? Because he's gonna have to make plays. I know they're gonna lean on the run game. They're gonna try to play keep away with the ball, but Purdy's gonna have to make some plays in that game for the Niners to win. It might be the same type of plays he made tonight for sure.
I also think a big thing too is the Lions, when they were getting pressure on Purdy, they're getting it up the middle and with the guards, and that's where the Chiefs are superior, right? I think.
Well, is Joe Tooney going to be playing? Because oh boy, they had out there today
for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about on Chiefs defense.
Oh, you're talking about the defense to rush up the middle. Okay,
yeah, because outside of Trent Williams, the Niners' offensive line is kind of, it's whatever, you know what I mean? And the Lions were actually getting pressure on Brock Purdy in the first half. They were getting it up the middle. So, and obviously, the Lions really only have one good pass rusher, and that's Aiden Hutchinson. The Chiefs have a few of them, and obviously they have the best defensive lineman, arguably outside of Aaron Donald and Chris Jones. So it does concern me a little bit from the Niners' perspective, because Brock Purdy, this entire playoff run, you've seen if you get pressure on him, he gets shaky, dude, and he sails balls high everywhere, and that's when he starts to get a little inaccurate. So I think the Chiefs can kind of take advantage of that interior Niners offensive line, and obviously Spagnuolo is gonna do that. He's gonna find their weakness, and the Chiefs secondary is definitely gonna be the best secondary that the Niners are gonna face in this postseason. It's the best defense they've faced since the Ravens. On the flip side, the Chiefs aren't good at stopping the run, and they're really not good at stopping the pass from running back. So that benefits the Niners, obviously. And then the Chiefs receivers can't fucking catch, so the Lions receivers couldn't catch. Chiefs receivers have to be able to make plays in this game for the Chiefs to win. Have to make some plays. I do think that the Chiefs will be able to run the ball, though. Pacheco is gonna think he's gonna fucking have a good day. But at the end of the day, Chiefs receivers have to make plays. Yep. And the Niners, I think, have to, like Ursay, they got to run the ball and kind of control the clock and try to keep Mahomes off. I honestly, I think these are two really good teams. I'm with you. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be lower scoring. The total is 47.5. I think this closes more like 45.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Yeah, me neither.
It'll be interesting to see where the money comes into and how these, with 2 weeks, how much fluctuation we see, we see in the market. How much do we see in points change? When I first saw this, I thought, this is probably going to be closer to a pick 'em, but 2.5, 3 points.
Well, some books are already at 1.5.
Okay.
So it might close at a pick, dude.
Yeah.
I just, at the end of the day, bro, it's like Brock Purdy versus fucking Patrick Mahomes. It's like, dude, who you gonna take?
Well, yeah, but then you got to look at the whole rest of the offense, though.
I mean, the Chiefs might have a better defense at this point than the Niners too.
I was just talking about the offense.
Well, I mean, obviously,
every other place, you've got a better offensive firepower on the Niners.
Well, the Chiefs have a better tight end.
Okay. Close. I think that's Kelsey's play this year. I don't disagree with you. I think overall Kelsey is a better player, but Kelsey shows up and goes very cold in other games. So
Well,
That's a 50-50.
the biggest thing here is like, you know, the Niners have two really good linebackers in Kinlaw and Fred Warner. So I mean they could probably neutralize Kelsey a little bit. The one thing is the Niners run a lot of zone, dude, and Patrick Mahomes picks apart zones.
Yeah, you got to mix it up. If you run a majority of zone against him and Kelsey, they're gonna find those areas and those spaces. So
Yeah. I mean, they only ran man like 3 times today. They were in zone pretty much the whole fucking game. And if you go zone against Mahomes, he's gonna fucking pick you apart, dude. And on the flip side, you can't really blitz him because if you blitz him, then he's gonna find the open guy. Like I said, dude, at the end of the day, the Chiefs receivers gotta fucking make plays because they haven't been making plays all fucking year. Outside of Kelsey.
Speaking of that,
Rashee Rice.
did you see Kadarius Toney went on Instagram Live?
You can pack his ass up. He's starting to become what's the name, Junior, Antonio Brown Jr. Like some of the shit they be tweeting and saying, like, bro, like,
But not as good.
yeah,
He might not be in the league much longer.
yeah. I think he might not even be in the league next year.
He's gonna be in the UFL.
Yep.
Balling for the Birmingham Stallions.
Wouldn't surprise me.
The Arlington Renegades. Bro, like, dude, teams aren't gonna want to deal with that shit.
No, not at all.
They didn't want to deal with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is a fucking Hall of Fame type talent. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just gotta shut the fuck up and play.
Telling him to suck his dick. Come on.
Yeah, no,
that's a great move.
Stupid. I think it's gonna be a great Super Bowl, dude. I think it's gonna be an awesome Super Bowl. Definitely don't like. You know, I said I didn't want to bet against the Chiefs. I didn't bet on the Chiefs today, and you know, probably should have. That was a good smart play. Anytime you get Mahomes as a dog, I think you almost have to always take it. But yeah, man, it's like you said, Ben. Like obviously the Niners' skill position players are definitely better than the Chiefs. You know, the defensive lines I think are both really good. Niners linebackers a little bit better. Chiefs secondary better. Special teams, I'd probably lean Chiefs. Harrison Butker hasn't even missed a fucking field goal all year. I probably just jinxed him. He's probably gonna miss one in the Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a great Super Bowl, dude. These are two of the 3 best teams in the league. I think the Ravens were up there, but the fact that these 2 teams are here, I'm not really shocked. You know, that's where we're at. Obviously, we're gonna spend fucking 2 weeks talking about this fucking game. So
yeah, I'm really glad that we don't have a purple and red Super Bowl.
Yeah, the conspiracy theory is dead, huh?
Yeah,
they did that on purpose. They did it on purpose. Nah, it's yeah, that shit. Those people are in piss right now. The conspiracy theories. Be a good game. What way you leaning right now, Irv? What way you leaning in the game right now?
If Mahomes is a underdog, you cannot go against him.
Nope.
He covers or he wins outright 95, 96, 98% of the time now. If you count today, what is he? 11-1 or 12-1?
He is 10-1, 11-1, 11-1 today.
Okay.
As a dog.
I don't know, man. The way the Chiefs defense is playing, I think this is gonna be a low scoring game. It's gonna be a drag them out type of game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Any turnover, fumble, muff punt, that might decide the game. Like last year's Super Bowl, that one turnover decided the game.
Yep. I agree. Who do you think makes a turnover if you had to choose?
I gotta go with the Chiefs.
You think the Chiefs make a turnover?
I mean, you talking about who's the first team to do a turnover?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes the ball gets away from Purdy, but he's gonna be in the dome though, so
he will be in a dome.
Well, Mahomes don't turn the ball over like that, so it'd have to be Purdy.
That's what I'm saying. You don't turn it over.
Unless it's a fumble, which he can't control.
Yeah. No, it's going to be really good. And I see the other thing, dude, is the Niners defensive line, has been kind of suspect lately, dude.
Definitely has.
Bosa had a pretty good game today, but I mean, aside from him, like, bro, it's like
Chase Young has been non-existent.
He had 2 tackles for loss today, but yeah, aside from that, like, he don't get he might be washed, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy, dude.
That injury just really fucked him up.
Yeah. Insane, man. Insane. All right. So obviously we'll be back on Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll be talking some more Super Bowl. And then next week we'll probably dig really deep into props. So this week we'll talk more about the game. Next week we'll really dig into props and index props, the national anthem type shit, things like that. Who's performing the halftime show? Usher, right?
Usher, yeah.
Oh, okay. Usher and Friends.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
We get to hear 2 weeks of fucking the media talking about fucking Taylor Swift too, dude. That's the only bad part about the Chiefs being in the Super Bowl, dude.
I told you they weren't gonna let this go unmarked.
Hey, it would have been better if we had Taylor Swift versus Eminem, dude.
That was funny as shit.
For
Yeah.
2 weeks, that would have been hilarious. All right, let's get some best bets for tomorrow. You guys got anything?
Mine's for Tuesday, not tomorrow.
Okay, what do you got?
Tuesday, I'm gonna go looking at hockey. I'm gonna be playing -1.5 on both games. We're gonna go Kraken over Sharks, -1.5. Sharks had a good little run there.
You sure you want to do that, Ben? Every time you bet -1.5 against the Sharks end up winning.
No, not really.
No. I've won many more
Okay.
-1.5 than the Sharks.
What's the other -1.5?
We're gonna go Blues over Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets have been majorly struggling. Blues coming off a bad loss as well, but I think they have a better opportunity of coming back and making a difference.
All right, Irv, what do you like?
I haven't looked at nothing. So if I have any best bets, I'll have Jordan posted on Twitter, but I'll let it simmer overnight. I can give out a couple Nets plays I really like.
Okay, you give them out. Soccer.
Soccer. We're gonna do African Cup of Nations. I like Mauritania over Cape Verde.
Mauritania.
Mauritania.
Mauritania. What's their line at?
Let me tell you right now. African Cup of Nations. Mauritania is +360 on the money line.
Oh, okay. Big dog. Okay. And then what else?
And I like Senegal over Ivory Coast. They're +125 right now.
+125. All right. Senegal over Ivory Coast +125 and Mauritania +360. Okay.
Over Cape Verde.
Over Cape Verde. All right, I'm going to the college hardwood. I'm taking Houston Cougars -5 on the road at Texas. Texas coming off a loss at BYU. Houston coming off a big win. However, I just think Houston just way too good defensively. I think they're going to absolutely control this game, control the boards. The Texas team's kind of soft, dude. They complain about all the teams putting their horns down and shit. And that doesn't bode well versus a Houston team that is grimy and blue collar. So good luck with that. Give me the Houston Cougars -5. I also like the Clippers -2.5 against the Cavs.
Nice.
But I don't love it. I haven't played it yet. I'm leaning that way.
Well, if you like it, you're going to play it.
Yeah, man. NBA during January and February is just like it's
Hit or miss.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. You just never know what you're gonna get. you don't know who's gonna play. Like, dude, on Saturday, fucking they announced.
You see that shit with Embiid? That was crazy.
They announced it like 5 minutes before tip, dude.
That's fucked up.
It's insane. Reminded me of 2020.
Yeah, but DraftKings did. I think DraftKings and FanDuel issued full refunds for any Embiid props that night.
Damn. Well, I mean, they have to because he didn't play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
We got Pebble this week. We gotta
Oh yes, we do have Pebble Beach coming up.
look at that.
Probably
When's the next major tournament? The Italian Stallion. Is it Wimbledon next, or is it the French Open?
Yeah, French Open.
Damn, I think Joker gonna win that.
Nah, dude, I think Nadal is his last rodeo, bro.
Wait, Nadal back?
Yeah, and like he was supposed to play in the Australian Open, but he pulled out because he didn't. He said that his conditioning wasn't up. So I think he's gonna gear up for the
I think he's
French
won
Open.
the most French Opens in history, right?
Yep. and I think it's gonna be his last hurrah, dude.
That's the Clay too. That's
Yep.
his specialty.
Yep, I think so, man.
Damn.
I think so.
What's his odds to win right now?
Oh fuck. I don't even know if books have him up because there's a good chance he doesn't play, but he says he's going to. So
Sheesh.
let's see.
That could be a good come up right there.
Federer said he's gonna play. He expects him to play French Open. Damn, he's only 3-1. That's not even that good of odds.
Bitch.
That's not even that good. Alcaraz is actually the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Yannick Sinner 4-1, Joker 2-1, Nadal 3-1, Holger Rune 7-1, and then you just got hella long shots that I wouldn't even take because outside of those 5 guys, I don't think anyone's gonna win.
I feel you.
All right, thank you everybody for joining us. We'll be back this week. Follow us on Twitter at taproom_sports. Make sure to download the Sharps app to your mobile device. Use it to track your bets. Become a better. Use promo code Jord517. Sharps app. You can follow Irv on Twitter at SwerveandIrvinTSP. Follow myself at Jordan Rules TSP. Follow the podcast at taproom_sports. I was gonna say follow Ben, but Ben doesn't have one. So we'll see y'all this week. Be back probably Wednesday, talking more Super Bowl. So
Toward the end of the year, we got to get Benjamin on the Twitter, the X.
we do. Eventually. He'll do it one day. All right, we appreciate y'all. Thank you for hanging out with us. Have a blessed week. Have a good start on your Monday. Let's go.